What's up? What's up, everybody? I pray that all is well. My name is Pastor Corey Sanders. Today, I'm making this video to talk about a few things, and primarily, first of all, I hope everybody's having a great week, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It is Friday, and I'm just grateful to be alive. And right about now, we as a black people, we need to be thankful every day that we have another chance and we can breathe air and we can live. But brothers and sisters, we're in the place now where, it's almost a gamble to leave the house. It's almost a gamble to get out the bed. It's almost a gamble to go outside on your balcony, on your front porch, or out in your yard. It's definitely a gamble to go jogging or walking or running in your neighborhood for exercise. Every day we can't peacefully go to the store. We can't peacefully drive our car. It doesn't matter the state, the city that you live in, or the county or country, or where you live at in this United States. If you live in a rural area, it doesn't matter. If you live in the city part of your state, it doesn't matter. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, primarily and most assuredly, black people really are not safe right now. It's like a pandemic against us as black people. And I want to say this real quick. Black people, we are not African Americans. If we were born and raised in this country, our family members are from this country. We are just as much, we have just as much right to be called black people as white people, or white people can be called Caucasians. I'm not African American. I'm a black man. I'm not from Africa. I have nothing against the motherland. I would love to go visit that place one day, but I am a black man. I was born and raised here. I'm not African American. And so I hate that they have that particular demographic on applications and how you identify yourself. Because to me, I think that's putting us all in one basket, and all of us don't belong in the same basket. I didn't come here looking for citizenship. I was born in this country with citizenship. So anyway, that being said, brothers and sisters, we got to be safe. We have to be watchful. We have to be mindful. We have to be prayerful. And we also have to be vigilant and protecting ourselves at all times. It's like being in the boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? You can't drop your guard just because your opponent is not right there in front of you. The referee tells them at the beginning of the fight and during the fight sometimes to protect yourself at all times. And while I am a faithful man, I believe in the power of prayer. I believe that God is able, and I know that God will. But I'm also one of those people that believe in by any means necessary. And I'm going to protect myself by any means necessary. And we're getting to a point now where we got to protect ourselves by any means necessary. My brother-in-law used to say something that I wholeheartedly agree with him. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6 prematurely. And in some cases, I don't believe that God is meaning for all of us to die the way we are dying. I don't believe that God is meaning for us to die that way. I don't believe that everybody is being murdered and killed and slaughtered by cops are dying like they're supposed to. We're being taken out at the hands of somebody else. And so, brothers and sisters, we got to protect ourselves at all times. And so whatever you have to do, I'm not trying to solicit people to be violent, execute violence against police forces or anything of that nature. But just like the sister not long ago was killed in her own home, assaulted by police that were not in uniform, came to her house, opened up fire, gunshots on her home, wounding her with 8 gunshots. I think they must have let off about 30 gunshots at this house. Unlawful search, unlawful entry, pretty much murdered this young lady in Indianapolis. And so, and she was a essential worker, so they took this innocent young lady's life. And then her boyfriend, who is a licensed gun carrier, of course, he's protecting his domain. He decided to shoot back. Luckily, he wasn't murdered, but they took him to jail. So this man got taken to jail for attempted murder for trying to protect his own home. When they did not, give them any means of being on their property, They just took upon themselves to go there and do what they wanted to do. And not only that, but they committed murder. But they're walking around scot-free. Nothing has happened to them yet, and it's a shame. The situation that happened to our brother down in Georgia, sad situation. All the young man was doing was jogging through his neighborhood, and some white men, privileged white men, who deemed it necessary to feel like they were above the law and law themselves, felt like they had the right to illegally stop him and do like a citizen's arrest. And not only did they do that, but they gunned him down and murdered him in broad daylight. And so, whatever happens to them, they deserve that. Whatever happens to anybody that does this unlawful stuff to black people and anybody of color, it doesn't matter if they're black, white, if you're unlawfully doing something to somebody, you are not above the law, and you're not above reproach, and you're not above something happening to you. That's just the way I feel about it. And so I just wanted to make this quick video. I'm not well known on YouTube, and that doesn't matter. But we have to be watchful. We have to be mindful. We have to be prayerful. But we also have to have the mindset by any means necessary. I'm not a Muslim, but I really love Malcolm X and the late Malcolm X and Minister Louis Farrakhan for what they represent, for what their organization represent as far as taking care of ourselves as black people. And black people, I feel like we really need to get to a place where we're looking out for one another instead of hurting one another. I feel like we should be protecting one another instead of trying to destroy one another. And I believe that we all need to be a mouthpiece and a beacon of hope for our black community, not just in the area that we live in, but we need to speak out against all things, all injustices, make our voices be heard, go down there and vote. When we have with us having the worst president in history, we have to be mindful about wanting to stay at home during the election, we have to be mindful about wanting to stay at home and not exercising our vote in primaries in our areas. We got to be mindful about that stuff, because staying at home says, I don't care what they do to my people. And so today, I just wanted to bring this quick video to warn you guys about the importance of being a strong unit. Black people, this is not about fight the power. This is not about, I'm a black man, I hate white people. No, I don't hate no people. I love all people, because I realize that I got to die one day, and I want heaven to be my home. And I do believe that there is a heaven and a hell. And the Bible lets us know that the only way we're going to get to heaven is we got to love our brothers and sisters. We have to be, we have to forgive others. But at the same time, we can't forget what's going on. If you forget, you take your eyes off what's going on, you're subject to be hit by anything. And so today, my name is Pastor Corey Sanders. I'm not preaching, but what I am saying is we have to be mindful, vigilant, watchful, prayerful, and we have to have the mentality and the mindset of any means by necessary. So because if you're not protecting yourself, then you're subject to be off guard. If you're not protecting yourself, you're subject to have anything to happen to you. If you're not protecting yourself, somebody can roll up on you and do something to you. And it's not going to always be your brother or your sister. I'm talking about another black person. Sometimes you got people that's watching you that is of other races, that's looking and trying to figure out a way how they're going to destroy you as a person and us as a people. It's time out for that. We cannot go back to the days of the 40s, the 50s, 60s, and even the 70s. We don't need to have no crosses burned in our yards. We don't need to allow Caucasians and white people to be comfortable saying everything. And I believe that, I heard Ricky Smiley saying this morning, if people, white people, black people are not speaking out against these things, then we are consensual. We're being consensual to what's happening. We're consenting to what's taking place. We're saying it's okay. If the white preachers are not speaking out against the brutality that's happening against black people, then they are consenting. They're turning a blind eye. They don't care, but they want our black money. We have to stick together. If your pastor, who may be a white pastor, if he's not speaking out for your race, then he don't care nothing about your race. So we have to have the mindset that I got to care about my own race. I got to care about my own self. And all right, guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. My phone was ringing. I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Watch yourself. Be watchful, mindful, as well as prayerful. Peace.